day. How have you lost your voice already?
Well, shoot, I lost my day the first day I lost my voice. So it's just coaching him. We got the music going, so it's good. It's all energy. It's all good. I got to do like voice warm up, like Beyonce or something, like before a concert. I gotta call her and see what she does.
You got her number?
No, I don't. Jay-Z might have something to say about that.
How's Salim looked at the mic? You know, at the spring, you guys want to see more communication out of him. Are you starting to see kind of that more Galambos type leadership there?
He's been good. You know, it's always tough when you move positions. You get a little more responsibility, but he can handle it. You know, he's a third-year player, and he's welcomed the role last spring. So he's been really good and starting. You know, he's an introverted person. You know, but on the field, he does not lack that one bit, being vocal. And that's what you love about him, and he's physical, and he's kind of, you know, we've forced that leadership role on him, and he's taken it, and he's run with it, and we've been really happy with him.
Josh tweets out those dog soldiers of the day. Does it seem like Sean Adowu just really brought a leadership and veteran mentality so far?
Yeah, he's consistent. I mean, that's the word you'd use for Sean. I mean, every day you know what you're going to get. Great energy, great effort, and the guy is just meticulous about the details. And he's, you know, he's been a big time leader for us through the summer. Obviously, last year played basically every snap for us, and we're looking for him to be a guy that really leads the entire defense this year, not just the backers.
How nice is it to see that? Because Pat said a bunch of times, and Josh has said, no one's starting job is just giving back to them. He's obviously not a guy that's slacking, I guess.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, because again, we've preached that for 3 years since we've been here. I mean, there's no job that's final, and that's weekly, all week long during the season. Whoever plays the best is going to play. And he's a guy that's taking that to heart, and every day it's competing. He's going to help the younger guys, but he's not going to give up his spot, and he's going to play tough. And that's really what you want. I mean, he's like a program guy. Great athlete, and he does everything correct. I mean, you can't get any better than him.
Zeiss has played both Money and the other
Star,
sorry.
Yeah.
He's Money now, strictly.
Yeah, but again, those guys, it's the same position. It really is. It's just a matter of where they go. You know, field boundary, where are they aligned, what are they doing? So it's the same position, and you're really just looking to get your best three. So if he ends up being that, you know, we kind of like that rotation right now. And if he can keep his job and win that job, we kind of like that, having those three guys. You like having two star-type guys on the field at the same time. So that's what he's repping right now, but really all those guys could go either way.
What does he bring to the defense?
Well, not just because he was a wide receiver, but obviously he's athletic enough to play wide receiver. And so he can move, he's quick, he's got great feet, he's smart. And again, he's learning back to his high school days how to be physical, and he's learned that last season, you know, through fall camp and through spring ball, and he's really brought a lot of maturity to our room too. He's a serious dude, and he wants to be good, and he's kind of that quiet leader in our group.
Did he have to talk you guys into letting him play in a bowl game?
No.
He was ready?
Yeah. So.
How big of a loss is Virginis for those first 3 weeks?
Well, we're moving on. I mean, you know, we gotta move. All that's behind us now, and it's the guys up, next up, and we're rolling.
You guys rotate a lot. I mean, Chase Pine, to see a guy who's really kind of built off his performance in the spring.
He has. You know, he's a kid, a big kid. He's big, athletic. He's physical, and we're looking for him. You know, after a redshirt year, he's been in the system now for a year. You know, and obviously a lot more to learn. You never master it in 1 year, but you know, he's got a chance. He's got a chance to make an impact for us and be a guy that plays a lot of plays for us. So I mean, he's been good. And again, but you think about it. This is his first action. You know, spring and now fall camp, really in his whole career. So you know, there's a lot of growing pains with all those young guys, but he's been good, and those guys are kind of dialed in through the leadership of Adowu and Brightwell and Zeiss, kind of telling them, hey, this is the standard.
Obviously, last year you didn't want to have the injuries that you had at the linebacker position, but has that sort of in some way benefited you guys in this camp, and sort of having guys that might not have played last year as much if there weren't those injuries sort of coming here with those game reps and coming to spring with that and fall with that momentum like Salim?
Yeah, well, like you said, obviously no injury is a good injury, but we always look to roll in 6 guys in this day and age of football. I mean, it's like we always talk, it's like a hockey line change. You know, you got to be ready to move guys in and out if a guy needs a blow, and playing a lot of guys definitely helps you. So we've had a lot of guys with some experience in big game situations. Just experience in game situations is critical. We've had that. So now it's just about getting guys to be more consistent, you know, and they're going to get that through experience and reps.
And who are some of those guys on the second line?
Well, you got Chase Pine, you got Jalen Williams, you got Anthony McKee, and you work those guys in, and Elias Reynolds, and And, so those guys are working, and you got your freshmen. See which one of those guys can be a guy that can fill in there. So right now we're so early in it. You're just trying to throw guys out there, see what the best mix is, and see who plays the best.
Moving Salim to the middle, I mean, obviously that helps you, short-term spring, but I mean, it kind of maybe sort of solidifies a little bit long-term too, right? I mean, as far as kind of getting your position set the next couple of years, doesn't it? I mean, or do you have more like kind of line up behind him? I guess you mentioned Chase, but
Yep.
Is there more, or does Salim kind of give you that, I don't know, security kind of for the next couple of years?
I think it's good for Salim because you're learning more positions. Salim could play all three of them, and it just helps his development. And obviously we need it in there, but you got Chase and you've got Elias in there, and you've got other guys that can move in there. So I think it's good for him. I think it's good for our depth. It definitely is, but it's good for him because now he's played money. He played money all last year, and now he can be closer to mastering the defense earlier because he's seen it from a different angle, and not being boxed in. So it's good for our defense. It's good for him, and I think we'll be okay.
Do you have more versatility to find those three best guys than you did last year? Like, are the players this year maybe more versatile than last year's were?
I don't know about that. I just think we've got some guys that have been in the system, and as opposed to a couple of years, obviously you come in as a new staff and you're trying to put your system in, and right now we've got a lot of guys who have heard a lot of the stuff before, and that goes a long way. So maybe we're more versatile because we have more guys understanding our terminology and what we expect.
With your new duties, are there enough hours in a day for you?
No, I work 25 hours a day, so there's never enough time. I need more time. More time. You got to give me your time. I'll work on your hours.
You don't want to.
So
what is that? I mean, since you brought it up, what does that entail? I mean, is it just coordinating with the recruiting department, or I mean, is it a lot of paperwork? Like, what kind of are you doing?
Well, it's kind of just it's almost a liaison role if you really look at it, because obviously our recruiting department handles a lot of our stuff behind the scenes, but obviously we're the boots on the ground as the coaches out on the road. Those guys aren't going out on the road. They're not doing a bunch of talking to the recruits. So we obviously have our ear to the ground, and we know what those guys like and what they want and what they want to hear and what positions they want to play and all those things. So it's my job to kind of coordinate that and manage that group and get what coach wants, told to those guys through our eyes, and then have those guys go execute it. So it really is a liaison role more than coordination.